Reacher Season 3's first 3 episodes demonstrate that the acclaimed Prime Video series is still relevant today. While working undercover for Zachary Beck, the purported owner of a rug company called Bizarre Bazaar, Reacher has to be more quick-thinking than ever during the episodes. Reacher makes friends with Richard, Beck's son, who has been abducted before and is noticeably scarred. With the assistance of his new DEA friends Stephen Elliott, Guillermo Villanueva, and Susan Duffy, Reacher sets up another kidnapping so that he can intervene and save the day. Reacher's first 3 episodes, Persuader, Truckin', and Number 2 with a Bullet, all exhibit this degree of skillful deception. Going undercover in Season 3 is one of the best iterations of the classic action hero, as Alan Ritchson's title character was an unstoppable force in previous seasons who could not be contained by any boundaries or laws. In addition to having to use his expertise and tactful knowledge, Reacher also has to stay hidden from Beck, his head of security Chapman Duke, and his enormous bodyguard Paulie. One of Reacher's most ingenious and unexpected moves in the series is the opening scene of Season 3, which is a direct adaptation of the first chapter of Lee Child's 2003 book Persuader. Even more satisfying was discovering at the end of Episode 1 that it was all a complex hoax to befriend Richard Beck and kidnap his bodyguard. To end the premiere in style, Reacher takes out what might be the smallest cell phone in the world and says, "I'm in," to Susan Duffy, one of Boston's best. When it comes to some aspects of Reacher, viewers are aware that they should suspend disbelief in order to allow the show to come up with intriguing twists and developments. Reacher's character comes across as more of a machine than a person because of the series' hurried and forced logical elements. This is also true in the first 3 episodes of Season 3, where Reacher becomes Zachary Beck's head of security in just a few short days. The best way to enjoy the show is to ignore these potentially unrealistic parts of the plot. In Season 1, Reacher was a master at tracking down the people who killed his brother Joe. In Season 2 of Reacher, he was shown as a member of a select group of military colleagues, including Maria Sten's Francis Neagley, who are the closest relatives he has left. Even though these 2 earlier missions were exciting and tense, every enemy Reacher had previously encountered appeared to be easily defeated. However, with characters like Beck and Paulie, Season 3 ups the ante by introducing the most formidable villains the series has yet to feature. In contrast to the somewhat predictable formula of the show, Reacher is more vulnerable than ever in Season 3. Raising the stakes and the degree of opposition rips away the pre-existing layers of Reacher's superhuman invincibility and for the first time in the series, makes one wonder if he can handle the challenges he faces. Reacher is forced to be more cunning and covert under immediate pressure as a result of Paulie's growing physical strength and Beck and Chapman Duke's hostile ruthlessness, which makes for an intense viewing experience. Reacher finds himself in his most perilous circumstance to date in Season 3, where he must use a range of mental and physical strategies simply to stay afloat. Another formidable foe, Julius McCabe, is also introduced in Reacher Season 3, Episode 3. He seems to be even more dangerous than Beck, Paulie, and Duke put together. Additionally, Xavier Quinn, Reacher's primary target, is exposed to be using a new alias. Reacher finds himself in his most perilous circumstance to date in Season 3, where he must use a range of mental and physical strategies simply to stay afloat. The season seems to be headed in the right direction after 3 strong episodes. In addition to returning to his iconic style, Reacher faces unprecedented challenges and threats in the Prime Video series. His Boston-based supporting cast offers a fresh cultural perspective and a glimpse into life in a different region of the United States, though they aren't quite as endearing as Margrave's Roscoe and Finley. Instead of depending on lengthy backstories or romantic side quests to fill out episodic runtimes, Reacher Season 3 seems to be more present than previous seasons so far. Reacher appears to be all business this time, keeping us on the edge of our seats and constantly on his toes, just like his opponents from Season 3.